What is going on, Saberland? This is Rob with the Rock Sabers coming to you with a video breakdown of the P.R.E. Pod Racer engine. And as by the name, you can obviously tell that this build was inspired by Pod Racer engine, and it also has a Pod Racer engine font along with some other goodies. But let's go into the breakdown starting at the pommel. Pommel's made out of steel. Then the rest up is aluminum and with the obvious brass that you can see. The design itself is to simulate gears on like a transmission or gears that engage. And that's what I did here. A lot of detail right there. Now, where you see these brass accents, they were meant to kind of like be like vents and like wire simulation. But I felt that if I did wires, it'd be a little prone to damage, and just I felt that the brass would be a lot sturdier and more durable, so I went with the brass instead of actual wiring um, for this area right here. The hilt itself isn't very large. It's about the size of my hand, a little larger. It's a good single hand grip, perfect right here, and I have large size hands, so for me it's perfect. um, Now the crystal chamber area right here has a rotating crystal that is clearly visible right there, but obviously it's not moving yet because it's not powered on. I went with the wire area right here just to change it up because I did want to have some kind of wiring. So I went with this area right here because it's less prone to being grabbed since the hilt will be held here. And if you choke up on it, you're not going to really mess with it either because it's recessed into the crystal chamber body. And then as you can see, there's a lot of little ports and vents and just areas, windows for the crystal chamber to be visible in different shapes and sizes, just to switch it up. And then now for the emitter section has the switches. It has, originally it wasn't intended to have my glass eyes for them, but I went ahead and made it because I just like the shine through effect that they give. So I did a red one in brass and I did a clear one in brass, as you can see. Now everything was machined from complete scratch. All this came from stock aluminum and stock brass, and all this was machined on the lathe and mill. So a lot of work was involved, and I don't think I can replicate this. This was like I was in the zone when I was doing this. The only thing I didn't machine is the blade plug. Well, I didn't make the blade plug. The blade plug is originally from the LS2 emitter area section, and I did machine it though. I changed it up a little bit and added some details, and you can see right here when I turn it on, there is actually a glass eye in there as well. So when it turns on, it shines better, looks nicer. Um, so that's the body. Pod Racer engine hilt. Now let's get into the inside, the core, what's running it, the chassis and all the good stuff. Originally, I wanted to do a metal chassis for it, but I just didn't have the space because the hilt itself is so small. And I'm pretty sure I probably could have squeezed a metal chassis in it, but I opted just to stick with the standard print PLA. And what I did is I added accent brass rods instead, just to kind of, you know, spoof it up a little bit. You can see the crystal chamber rotating motor right there. I do add a little bit of lithium grease to quiet it, but it's still kind of loud. But it's not too bad. It's quieter than what it was. Running a Smuggler's Outpost 28 millimeter speaker, the Elite version, CFX, and then everything just runs up and accumulates up into like this area is where the Pixel PCB is at, just above this little greebly right there. Right above the switches. So let's power her on. The soundboard added some red and white SMD LEDs to it. And let's see, can you see the crystal chamber right there? The crystal itself is rotating and you can hear it rotate. It's not too bad. So let's go ahead and put the body on. All right, let's turn her on. And there it is. It's really loud. I got perfect sound. What's the word I'm looking for? Resonance when I made the hilt. Because to me, sound quality is very important. I want it to sound loud and clear and nice. And so when I do my chassis and I do my hilt designs, I always make sure I get good resonance out of them for optimal sound effects. Anyways, well, there it is, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. That is the P.R.E. Pod Racer Engine Hilt. Hope you liked it, and may the force be with you.